human brain. We all do know that human brain is a very useful and very important organ in our entire body. This brain designs, controls our thinking process, our work precision, our stability, all is decided by this brain. Our action, our reflection. Reflex action is only part of the central nervous system, only spinal cord contributes in this. Rest all the time we require brain. So brain works continuously. Is the reflection action the only function of spinal cord? Obviously not, since we know that we are thinking beings. Spinal cord is made up of nerves which supply information to think about. Thinking involves more complex mechanisms and neuron connections. These are concentrated in the brain, which is the main coordinating center of the body. The brain and spinal cord constitutes of central nervous system. They receive information from all parts of the body and integrate it. We also think about our actions, writing, talking, moving chair, clapping, and at the end of program are the example of voluntary muscle. Voluntary muscle are those which are controlled by ourselves, which are based on deciding what to do next. So the brain also has to send message to muscles. This is the second way in which nervous system communicate with the muscles. The communication between central nervous system and other part of the body is facilitated by peripheral nervous system, consisting of cranial nerves arising from brain to the spinal nerves arising from spinal cord. The brain thus allows us to think and take actions based on that thinking. As you will expect, these accomplished through a complex design with different parts of the brain responsible for integrating different inputs and outputs. The brain has three major parts of region, namely forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. These are the three parts. This particular four parts is called forebrain, this is called midbrain, and this particular part is called hindbrain. Forebrain is the main thinking part of the brain. It has regions for receive sensory impulses for various receptors from the various receptors. Separate area for both forebrains are specialized for hearing, smell, sight and so on. There are separate areas of association where this sensory information is interpreted by putting it together with the information from the receptor as well as with the information that is already stored in the brain. Based on all this, the decision is made by how to respond to the information is passed on to the motor areas which controls movement of voluntary muscle. For example, leg muscle. However, certain sensations are distinct from the seeing and hearing. For example, how do we know that we have eaten enough? The sensation of feeling full is because of the central association with hunger, which is in separate part of forebrain. Okay, forebrain के अंदर अलग-अलग पार्ट છે જેની અંદર ઇન્ફોર્મેશન કલેક્ટ કરવામાં આવે ડિફરન્ટ રિસેપ્ટર્સ થી એ રિસેપ્ટર્સ ની એક હિસ્ટ્રી પણ રાખવામાં આવે એની સાથે કમ્પેર કરવામાં આવે એન્ડ ધેન રિઝલ્ટ ઓફ ઇટ એ મોટર મસલ્સ જે છે એને એક્ટ કરવા માટે કે બટ ધીસ ઓલ હેવ ધીસ ડિફરન્ટ સેન્ટર્સ ફોર સ્મેલ હિયરિંગ senses. So for this all they have different senses. This is all in the forebrain. That's why આપણે એવું કહે કે જ્યારે આપણે જમતા હોય ત્યારે ટીવી જોવું કે બીજી કઈ એક્ટિવિટી કરવી જોઈએ નહીં, બીકોઝ માઇન્ડ જે છે એ ડાયવર્ટેડ રહે તો આપણને ખબર ના પડે આપણે કેટલું જમ્યા. અધરવાઇઝ તમે શાંતિથી જો જમતા હો તો તમને ખબર પડે કે હવે તમારું પેટ ભરાઈ ગયું છે તો તમારા બોડીની અંદર સર્ટેન બ્રેનની અંદર સર્ટેન chemicals નું composition કઈ કેવી રીતે થાય કે you know that your body is full or you know that you need to eat. Sometimes ક્યારે કેવું થાય તમે રમતા હો તો એટલું બધું મગજ એની અંદર ઇન્વોલ્વ હોય તો ભૂખની ખબર ના પડે. સેમ ગોઝ વિથ તમે જ્યારે ટીવી જોતા જોતા જમો તો ક્યારે તમે પૂરું જમી લીધું છે એની પણ ખબર ન પડે. Study the level diagram of human brain. We have seen that the different part has specific let's look at the other use of word reflex. We have talked about it in the introduction. Our mouth waters when we see food like without our meaning. Our heart beats without our thinking about it. In fact, we cannot control this action easily by thinking about them, even if we want it. આપણે જોઈએ કે હવે હું શ્વાસ આટલો કે આટલો જ લઉં તો થોડી વાર ધ્યાન રહેશે, પણ એ સિવાય એ બોડીમાં ઈવોર બ્રીધિંગનું જે છે એ ઓટોમેટિકલી થશે, હાર્ટ બીટનું ઓટોમેટિકલી થશે. So in between simple reflex action like change in size of pupil, thought out action such as moving chair, there is another set of muscle movement over which we do not have thinking control. Many of these involuntary actions are controlled by midbrain and hindbrain. Midbrain and hindbrain છે એ generally involuntarily actions જે છે એને control કરતા હોય છે. All these involuntary action including blood pressure, salivation, vomiting are controlled by the medulla in the hindbrain. Thinking about activity like walking in straight line, riding bicycle, picking up pencil, these are possible due to the part of hindbrain which is called cerebellum. Cerebellum, it is responsible for precision of voluntary motion, maintaining posture, balance of body. Imagine what happened to you if each of this event failed to take place, if we are able to think about it. Cerebellum જે છે એ precision વાળી દરેક વસ્તુનું કામ કરે. મેડ્યુલાની જે વાત કરી આપણે કીધું કે જે hindbrain ની અંદર છે, that is controlling blood pressure, heart beats, etc. in our body. How are these tissue protected? આપણે જો બ્રેનની અંદર આટલી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન હોય, આપણે જેમાં ત્યાંથી અત્યાર સુધી બધી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન જો આની અંદર સ્ટોર થતી હોય, so it should be protected. તો બોડી દરેક વસ્તુને પ્રોટેક્શન આપ્યું છે બોડીની અંદર બોથ સાઈડ પાસે આપણને સ્ટ્રક્ચરલ કમ્પ્લીટલી પોસિબલ હોય આપણા માટે. સો જ્યારે આપણે વાત કરીએ બ્રેન, સો બ્રેન ઇઝ ઓલસો કવર્ડ ઇન સચ અ વે, એના ઉપર એક આખું cranium આવેલું હોય. This cranium is inside of the skull. તો તમે જ્યારે ગોળ ચક્કર બહુ બધા ફરશો ને ત્યારે તમે થોડીક વાર માટે કંઈક મગજ કામ નહીં કરતો હોય એવું લાગે, because there is a liquid between skull and your brain which protects you from any kind of accidental hitting. A delicate organ like brain, which is important for variety of activity, needs to be carefully protected. For this, body is designed so that brain sits inside a body box. Inside the box, brain is contained in a fluid-filled balloon which moves for the shock absorption. If you run your hand down the middle of your back, you will feel a hard, bumpy structure. This is a vertebral column or backbone which protects the spinal cord. So, આ part જે છે એ spinal cord જે છે એને protect કરે. How does the nervous tissue cause action? So, this part is not the part of our syllabus. So, we will discuss about it. Next is coordination in plant. તો આપણે અત્યાર સુધી જોયું એનિમલની અંદર તો આ નર્વસ ટિશ્યુ હોય છે કે જે એક જગ્યાએથી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન બીજી જગ્યાએ ટ્રાન્સફર કરે. પણ પ્લાન્ટની વાત કરીએ તો એક પ્લાન્ટ છે ટચ મી નોટ પ્લાન્ટ, એને આપણે ટચ કરીએ તો એના લીવ્સ જે છે બંધ થઈ જાય. તો એની અંદર જો નર્વસ ટિશ્યુ નથી તો આ વર્ક થાય છે કેવી રીતે? પ્લાન્ટ કોઈ એક ડિરેક્શનમાં, પ્લાન્ટને કેમ ખબર પડે કે જમીન બાજુ જ મૂળ હોવા જોઈએ, ઉપરની બાજુએ જ લીવ્સ હોવા જોઈએ, ઊંધું કેમ નથી થતું? So we will try to discuss about it. Animals have a nervous system of controlling, coordinating the activities of body, but plants have neither the nervous system nor a muscle. How do they respond to the stimuli? Sensitive touch-me-not plant from the mimosa family, they begin to fold up and droop. When seed germinates and root gets down, the stems come up in the air. What happens firstly? The leaves of the sensitive plant move very quickly in response to touch. Why is this happening? There is no growth involved in this movement. Especially આપણે અત્યારે growth related movement ની વાત નથી કરતા, તો growth તો આની સાથે related નથી. તો આવું કેમ થાય છે? In other hand, the direction of movement of seedling is caused by the growth. If it is prevented from growing, it will not show any movement. So, of growth. Here we are not going to discuss about movement due to growth because that is cancelled from our syllabus. So we will discuss about immediate response to stimuli. Let us think about first kind of movement, such as the sensitive plant. Since no growth is involved, the plant must actually move its leaves in response to the touch. But there is no nervous tissue nor a muscle tissue. How do the plant detect the touch and how do leaves move in response? If we think about where exactly the plant is touched, what part of plant actually moves, it is apparently the movement happens at the point from the point of touch. So information that touch has occurred must be communicated. Plant also use electrical chemicals means to convey this information from one cell to cell. But unlike an animal, there is no specialized tissue for it, for the conduction of information. Finally, again, as the animal, some cells must change shape in order to movement to happen. Instead of specialized protein found in animal muscle cell, plant changes shape by changing the amount of water into them, resulting in swelling or shrinking and therefore the changing shape. So what happens in the plant? If you touch a surface of plant, what happens? Water from that entire part is going to get moved to the another part. So what is going to happen? This plant will if you have ever touched the touch me not plant, so plant looks like it is not having any water content. So basically the leaves are getting twirled together. So this kind of thing is happening in the plants. But since it is not related with the growth, so these kind of, they do not have nervous tissue, but they have this electrochemical which can pass information very fastly inside the cell of the plant. And due to transportation of this kind of electrical signal, when we touch a part of it, the water will reside on the different part of the cell, different part of the plant body. So that's why we get response to the stimuli. Movement due to growth is not the part of our syllabus for now. In this segment, it is only discussed that how sunlight or how watering or how the quality of soil that is going to contribute in the direction of growth of the plant. There are various hormones also which are responsible in this. We are going to talk about animal